So do you think it's possible that Mokele-Mbembe could be real?
Yeah, it's gonna be real. Because here in Congo, there are so many things which you cannot understand.
We're slap bang in the middle of the Kivu region, an area infamous for rebel attacks. It's the only place we'd planned to avoid when we set out on our journey, and yet here we are. Our hope is to push on to Kisangani, which is 1,000 kilometers away.
At times like this, that most of us of one doing these kind of trips.
Sickness everywhere we go. Rolled the car. It's been hectic.
Is that coffee? I just tasted it. It's coffee, yeah?
Like a weird one.
It's strange tasting. It almost tastes like...
Like sand.
Yeah, it tastes like sand.
So Donovan has to know my thoughts on the Congo. It's been hectic and wild and pretty rock and roll. The corruption and the getting hustled and the expense of it all. They're running on the dollar. It's a little bit much, especially for our style of travels. Just looks like muddy water.
It does, yeah. We just ruined our whole... Are we sure is coffee cafe? So I can go double check with him. I'll go double check with him.
Okay, take one.
Hi, my name's Jordan.
My name's Luke.
Donovan, I'm a filmmaker.
Environmental science student. I first heard about Mokele-Mbembe when I was about 10 years old. Got a very large body, neck like a diplodocus with a long tail. Most of the expeditions that have gone there haven't come back with anything solid. So yeah, it would just be the ultimate claim to find the thing.
We heard of this Don. He was sort of just gung-ho enough to do it.
It sounded wild, and these two dudes sounded crazy enough to pull it off. So I said, why not? I think it's a dangerous research.
Yeah.
Because if you want to see this Mokele-Mbembe, you need to go into a certain village, and then you must look for the old man of that village, and you ask them about the Mokele-Mbembe. You see, and maybe they are going to show you things which is very dangerous. There are so many things which you shouldn't even try to search for.
Although the trip from Goma to Kisangani is only just over 1,000 kilometers long and is on some of the DRC's best roads, it's still taken us 5 days to get here. Kisangani is significant because we now switch over to traveling on the river, but even that hasn't been simple, and it's taken us another 5 days to find a boat going downstream. For now, we're still just waiting to leave, and we're told tomorrow is definitely the day. Yeah, so we're on a boat sitting in a harbour at Kisangani. It's kind of like a big, huge metal barges that carry cargo and people are getting pulled by, I don't know, it's kind of tugboat sort of a thing. We just kind of eventually decided to get on this thing because we're trying to just get actually anywhere down the river closer to Mbandaka and the Mokele tributaries. From here we're told we have a 3-day trip to Bumba, where we'll probably have to change boats and head down to Mbandaka, or go back onto the roads and travel inland to Gemena. We're traveling on these two long flat-bottom steel barges, which are tied together side by side by massive steel ropes. They're about 40 meters long and 8 meters wide, and we're pushed from behind by an old riverboat that's continually puffing black smoke. Because most of the roads are destroyed by war, the river has become DRC's main transport system, and so in total there's about 200 people on board, some of whom will be on for up to 2 or 3 months as they travel all the way down to Kinshasa. Because of this, the boat becomes this makeshift floating community, and we all form these almost squatter-like dwellings in between the cargo, with pieces of plastic draping areas of shelter from the sun and rain.
We've got like a little camp going there's like got some nice neighbors with the family.
It really is like you just bring your life on here. It's like nothing changes. It's difficult to really put into words what it's actually like. And as we go, people just appear out of nowhere and clamber on or climb off. It's just mind-blowing how this whole untold system works. I think at this point we're starting to realize we're in for the adventure of a lifetime. It's like a maize porridge, probably like the best thing in the whole of Congo. It's kind of like become morning tradition.
So it's day 4 on the boat. We're a bit stuck now because the ship ran into a sandbank, but it really isn't the worst place to be, stranded in your travels. The boat is actually, it's such a nice way to travel. You've just got room to spread out.
And just cool because you're bumping into the same people every day. You get to know them a bit. Like there's one dude that's been popping in for English lessons, which he just reads one of our books in basically like a French accent. So it's quite a laugh.
They sing. You are very beautiful. They out when you feel them from me.
Hey.
What?
Heaven. Okay. Must I write you some more?
Yes.
After a whole day of dredging, it seems as though we're a lot more stuck than we initially thought. People mutter a bit amongst each other, but no one seems too perturbed, and we're starting to realize that extreme slowness is synonymous with the DRC. So we wait, spending our days with one simple task, escaping the sun, which is almost always followed by massive afternoon thunderstorms. It's a strange passing of time that almost swallows your temporary existence, and so all you can do is embrace it, watch and hope.
Life on the barge sits in stark contrast to what we know of back home. Yet in a strange way, this life has temporarily become our own. And as each day passes, we find ourselves caring less and less about where we need to be, just taking each day as it comes and enjoying the slowness of it all.
I've got one pack of biscuits to keep us alive.
The food is here.
I think.
Ah, boy!
Come in this boat.
I can't get across there now.
Die there with hunger.
Rod for what?
First fish of the trip. Take that, Luke McDonald.
Yeah, it's all shit.
Yes, that's a tiny mouth.
That's actually a So I've just caught Jordan red-handed, being stoked about a 7 centimeter, maybe 5, maybe even 3 centimeter fish. So he is truly the world's most pathetic fisherman.
Still stuck on this stupid boat. Everyone seems to be abandoning ship here. Everyone's very angry with the captain. They say he is a stupid man. Got him to agree. But people have got so pissed off with the captain that they've just started looting beers. So we're on like our third beer now. Congo's looking better and better from where we're sitting. So yeah, it's quite nice. No sign of getting off the sandbank anytime soon, but we're kind of at the point where we don't really care now. The boat's getting pretty rock and roll. The mutiny's gone to a bit of a next level. The crew next to it, we got a bit of a gangster crew next to us, and they just started throwing all the beers overboard. They're shouting at the captain from across the river, which is kind of cool, but also the captain's now too scared to come to the boat. So he's just there with the other boat now. And, yeah, it's like already nearly midday and he hasn't shown up to pull us off this bank, so...
Damn irritating.
I'm so stuck to be getting off this sandbank. Everyone is stoked. I can't wait to see the other boat where all the food and the toilet is. Fresh water.
So finally just rejoined boats. We're off the sandbank after about 5 or 6 nights on the sandbank and about 8 nights on the river, maybe even 9 nights. So we've lost count of the days, but it's so sick to be off that thing. I was starting to think we're never going to come off, so it's nice also because this boat has all the food and water and stuff, so hopefully we get going just now. First things first, let's get some peanuts.
We return to much song and dance as the difficulties of the last few days are forgotten in an instant. It's standard DRC, the celebration of everything possible, and it's almost too easy to be sucked into, forgetting we've still got a massive journey ahead of us. We've lost a bit of time, and that could be costly, but that's a worry for later, and so we join the rhythm of the boat and hope on some good travel in the days to come. The Congo River is a source of life that winds across the DRC, drawing everything and everyone to it. Yet in all its beauty, its banks often paint a strange landscape. Green forest stretches for miles and miles, and you can almost feel the impenetrable denseness when suddenly it's interrupted by a rude sculpture of concrete modernity. There's no development in between or gradual build-up, it's just there, an alien creation puffing black smoke, usually a palm oil factory or some other money-making scheme which interrupts the natural.
You don't know?
What?
It's like in the water. I can draw for you here.
Hakuna.
Kuna.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah,
You've heard of it?
it works in the sea, in the water.
Yeah.
There may be a possibility of
Something like that.
yeah, something like this, but I think it may be a mystic or a mystic, something which can be sometimes visible and sometimes it can disappear.
This one is plantain. Oh, okay. Plantain, just one.
Non, je viens.
What?
Ça coule là.
For us? Ah, merci. Thank you.
If a man like Jordan try to love a girl here in Congo, you are going to stay here and you are going to refuse to go back to South Africa.
Really?
You are going to tell to them to leave you.
So you must be careful of the woman.
You must be very, very careful.
Very careful.
Don't greet them. Don't accept that you love them.
Okay.
It's very, very bad.
And if they...
Don't even accept foods from
if
girls.
they give you
Comes
some
in the
magic.
dreams and tell you, you accepted my food. Now you are becoming my husband. Now about the girls, what do the girls do? When she gives you something, there are some stories like when she's in her period, in her period times, she take the blood and she put it on things like eggs or on things like meats, and she tries to fry it to the fire, and then she take it to you. She tell you to eat it.
So if a girl gives you meat, you must...
So if you eat such things, she's going to control all your whole life.
Oh, really? What do we do now? We've just been given this food by this lady across the bridge.
Can I taste?
Oh, well, you go ahead. Some red stuff. I just want to know what is.
This needs a bit more salt.
This is the same lady that was asking if she could share the bed with us.
Yeah, that is a bit boring.
Well, that is it.
Adi,
Trying the lines on her.
you marry
I marry her.
yes.
I'm already married.
You marry. What is your bag? What is your bag? Where is your ring?
A ring? I take it off sometimes.
Kasi,
I'm joking, I'm not married, but I'm going back to South Africa soon.
you are given kasi.
So if you are married, you tell someone who is not married. Ask.
We will like her.
Does she want to come back to South Africa?
She comes back to South Africa.
Yes. Yes. You don't want to go there.
She wants to stay in Congo.
Yes. And she,
She accepted. She accepts.
Okay, so I found one of my friends.
She wants you.
Me.
Yeah, not so.
I've got a girlfriend. Sorry. This place is beyond your wildest imagination, I promise you.
It's now day 11 of our 3-day journey, and we're still just trundling along without any urgency whatsoever. But we push on, hoping Luke won't leave us for a Congolese wife before we reach Bomba.
how many rests have we seen now?
About the third or fourth arrest.
Don't steal beers in the Congo.
We finally arrive in Bumba after 12 days, and we're advised to catch an overnight ferry to a town called Lusala before deciding on our next leg. While we wait, we're invited in for beers by some locals, and the DRC continues to be the strange amalgamation of festivity and hardship.
We're in Bumba, getting pumped on the banks of the Congo River. We're supposed to leave after one beer, so it's like 5 beers now. And
Wow, we spent the past 3 hours having drinks with these Congolese guys, and we got the worst seats in the whole boat. Donovan and Jordan have been taking the brunt of the beers. I don't think they realized how pum they are. Other than the fact that I feel like I'm the only one that's a little bit there. They're losing count of rolls and of peanuts and all these things. So, it's good I feel like the dad of the trip at the moment.
Thank you.
Mindela wake province. Mindela biso do province.
Yeah, goodbye, Bumba, eh? So we're heading out from Bumba to a little town called Isada. It's supposed to take about something around 15 hours or something. So it's our first night journey. We're literally on 2 little mokoros that are kind of tied together with, it's way overloaded. I think we're powered by 1 motor, so it should be a real adventure. And the rain clouds are ominous, so we ride on the end. We've got absolutely no shelter, so we're just, this is one of those we have to see how it pans out. It could be a disaster, could be a lot of fun, so we'll see.
He lives on the river. He's dangerous. He eats the people. He eats the animal.
We got on this boat last night, and in the middle of the night there was just this splash.
On the road from the Sala to Gemina, probably one of the most deserted roads we've ever to hitchhike on. He's running a major fever. I'm starting to think it might be malaria. No one's saying it yet, but for the first time I know we're all thinking about turning around.